Good morning, welcome to the 10:30ish with Esther from the chaplaincy team. I'm currently on the seafront being rained on. It's a bit of a miserable day and I intend to be home really soon, but I wanted to bring you a thought that's been with me this week and won't go away. And often I think when you're a spiritual person you realise that the thoughts that stick with you are something that you need to share for yourself and for other people from God. So it was how we function and how we feel looked after the crisis. And I wondered how many people feel that you have or you are living through a crisis, whether that is lockdown, whether it is something else, where your world has been shaken, like a relationship that's broken up, or a situation at work, or an affair, or so many things, friends betraying you, or a death of somebody that you love. There's so many different things, aren't there, that just shake our world, and especially at the minute, as we don't know if we're in lockdown, if we can meet people, if we can't, what's going on. There's so many things that feel like a crisis, And I've been reading this part of the sort of the ancient Christian and Hebrew scriptures, and as part of my tradition, I follow a Jesus tradition. I pray for wisdom and what I should read and what should come to me. And I've been reading about an ancient thing about a bloke whose city had been taken over and reduced to rubble. And he'd been taken captive somewhere else, and he looks back and he's wondering what's going on in his city. And what they tell him, reports that come back to him, are that the walls have been broken down and the gates have been burnt by fire. And his response is that he just cries. And it made me think that often that's how things feel for us, isn't it? That the walls have been broken down and the gates have been burnt with fire. Like when there's a crisis, what is left afterwards and what we do afterwards can feel like our boundaries have gone, our foundations are gone, the things that kept us safe are gone, the way we understand the world is gone. Things have literally been burnt down. Like if the gates have been burnt by fire, it's like the way we knew to navigate things and to move about is gone. If the walls have been broken down, it's like the way we look at the world, the way we understand our situation, our safety is gone. And sometimes we think that once the crisis is over that everything will be okay, don't we? But what really spoke to me about this story is then that you're faced with the rubble, aren't you? You're faced with the remains of what was and what is left now. And the really interesting thing about this story is that the people living in this city are facing all of that. But when this guy, his name's Nehemiah, which is a great name, we need more Nehemiahs in the world, when he hears what's happening to his people and to his city, he cries and then he prays, like his heart breaks and then he prays. And what struck me most about this was that when the crisis has passed and when you are living with the rebuilding, when you're living in the rubble, when the gates have been burnt down and when the walls have gone to rubble, that somewhere God is breaking the heart of somebody for you and causing them to pray for you. So don't feel that you are alone in the crisis or in the aftermath of the crisis, because God is in the business of breaking someone's heart for you and getting them to pray for you and to act for you. Because what Nehemiah ends up doing is going back to that city to help rebuild. And so look out for those around you who are crying for you, who see your crisis and see the remains of it and are with you in it, who pray for you, who take it to the divine, the one who can fix things, and ask for wisdom and help for you, and then come and help you rebuild. Because God's always in the business of bringing something good out of something terrible that happens. When we look to see what he's doing, when we look, we will see it. So may you, who are going through a crisis or are living in the aftermath of a crisis, may your eyes be open to see who God has put around you to help you and to love you and to pray for you through it, because he always will give you somebody. Take care, Lowestoft. See you next week. Hopefully it won't be raining. Bye.